Hi everybody, welcome. You're here with Winston at Greenland Garden Centre, and we're going to go over some basic beginner houseplant tips here. We're going to go over watering, feeding, and light, which is kind of the main three questions when you're talking about growing houseplants indoors. And it's also the things that people seem to confuse a little bit when it comes to the basics. I like to split everything up into kind of three watering categories. You have things like ferns, your delicate leaf things. They want to be kept evenly moist, never like soaking wet or sitting in extra water, but evenly moist. Then you have things that are somewhere in the middle, like this Chinese evergreen. They like to dry between waterings, but then thorough waterings throughout. And then you have things that are more succulent, like your snake plants here, which are something that I always tell people, if you're not sure if it needs water, just wait another week. They fall in with kind of like your cacti and succulents. Very dry between waterings, sitting dry for a while, and then a thorough watering. And a lot of people will judge how much watering something needs. You got to be able to touch the soil. You can lift it up and test by weight. But there's also these really handy moisture meters. A lot of garden centers have them. We have a couple different versions here, but they're so nice because they even come with kind of like a guide usually on like how dry you should let it get for the type of plant, and you can test the moisture level in the whole pot. Something like this little fern, I can pick it up and I'm like, oh, it's light, it needs water, or it's wilting, it needs water. Something once you're getting into these like 5-10 gallon plants or like your big palm tree, you're not going to be lifting that up every time you need to water. So these moisture meters are really handy for that. The next kind of pro tip here for your indoor plants is food. A little bit of food goes a long way with tropicals. Throughout the growing season for us, which is basically once our days are getting longer, kind of April through October, you're going to want to be feeding your plants regularly, but not very strong. So all your houseplant fertilizers, including the Schultz one, which we recommend, super easy to use, they're going to have like a 10-15-10 or a 10-10-10, kind of like a half strength fertilizer. That just keeps things growing nice green leaves for you, nice healthy roots, and growing as much as possible, because these potting mixes we use for tropicals don't really have much to them, so you need to be giving them some fertilizer of some sort. And then the last sort of tip, which is really important for houseplants, is light. I think a lot of people think there's a bit more light in their house than they have. So something like this room I'm standing in, this is bright indirect light. It gets a little bit of bright morning sun, but anything that would say like a high or medium light level, this isn't quite enough for it. But anything like your low to medium side, or things that can adjust to lower light levels, like your snake plants, as long as you're not overwatering them, are good for that. Your really high light, you want actual direct sun hitting the leaves 4 to 5 hours a day. Usually that's a nice bright south window. Your cacti, things like that, are going to need that really bright light. And then just this even indirect light, no direct light at all. Things like your ferns, your snake plants, they're going to adapt to that quite well. If you're not sure about the lighting requirements of a plant, definitely ask any of our staff here. We can help you out. And just remember that if it's stretching, if it's falling over on you for no reason, it's probably not enough light. Like 9 out of 10 times people have a problem with a plant and it needs just a little bit more light. Thanks for joining us, everybody. That was your top 3 tips for houseplants indoors, your light, watering, and nutrition requirements. Come join us at Greenland Garden Centre for the best selection of indoor houseplants. We are open to the public. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, send this to your aunt. We got lots of great content here, and we're hoping to bring you some more.